been a few weeks since I've really done anything in the VC. I've been away on holiday and just been really busy. But I'm back now. I watched a couple of videos. I did watch some while I was away, but I couldn't. Our internet connection was so bad and so slow that I didn't really do anything. But I did see the ones with Fred when he met up with Andreas, and when he was in Belgium, France as well, with Christoph, which were cool. I enjoyed them, but I didn't actually pick up much when I was away this time. But I had a couple of good scores when I got home. So the first thing I picked up was when I was away was this, which I got in a charity shop, but when I got home and did some research, I don't think it's going to be as cool as it looked. He looks a bit like a kind of, I don't know what, he looks cool, but when I heard some clips on YouTube it was a bit disappointing. This I've listened to, which is Stu Martin and John Sermon, were two guys that have worked with, I can't remember who it says, John McLaughlin. They were on Where Fortune Smiles, but this is their own kind of free jazz album. Wasn't so keen on the first side, but the second side was really good. And this was on one of my favourites, the Dawn record label. So I was pleased to get this, and I got that pretty cheap as well. And while I was away, I picked up something else off eBay. So this was waiting for me when I got home. This was Lost and Found, who were one of the original Atlantic international artists. Groups. It sounds very similar to Love, I felt, but really good. I enjoyed this, and this is on that Decal reissue label, so I was pleased to get that. Then when I got home, I went to charity shops through in Stromness, because it was the start of Stromness Shopping Week, which is a kind of week-long fair. So I went through there and picked up some stuff. Some of it's pretty knackered, unfortunately, but as always when they sell records for 20p, I just grab them. I got this, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, but it's knackered, so that was a shame. Again, Cale's Troubadour, but yeah, it's pretty scratched. The Yes Yes album, I just literally grabbed the bundle and took them, but that's screwed. Simon and Garfunkel, but again this was trashed, I think. So there was this one which is in good nick. This is Bob Dylan and the Band. This is before the flood, not after the flood, before the flood. The sleeve's a bit scruffy here and there, but the discs look pretty good. I think this will clean and play nicely, and it was something that I didn't have and something that was on my wants list, so I was really pleased to pick that up. Another one which I couldn't quite believe was in there was this, which was Here Come the Warm Jets by Brian Eno. Again, something that was on my radar, but I'd never gone looking specifically for this, but was delighted to find it for how much, 30p or how much they charge. And this is the island version. And that's quite often the case when you find records in charity shops. The more obscure things are the things that are in much better condition. And that's, the disc on that is great, really good. Barclay James Harvest Live. The discs on this hardly look like they've been played, if I remember rightly. So this was quite a cool pickup. And this was totally trashed as well. And it's a kind of, yeah, probably see it's pretty knackered. Like I say, when you're just grabbing a handful. Now the flip side of that is, I came into Kirkwall a few days later, and I was looking through the charity shops there, and there was nothing in them. And I went into the Red Cross shop, and the woman was pricing records at the counter. So as she was pricing them and putting them in the basket, I was basically taking them back out. I had 20 quid on me, and they were charging £2 each, which for here is, like, you know, pretty expensive for second-hand records. Well, certainly charity shop anyway. But most of them were in pretty good condition. I had 20 quid, so I just took 20 quid's worth. There were some other things I could have taken, like had they just been the usual 20 or 30p each or 50p, I'd have probably taken a lot more. Like, there was some Eagle stuff there that I could have probably taken just to sell on, make a few quid. But I took ones that I thought I would be interested in. So first up was The Age of Atlantic, which is a compilation of loads of cool stuff on the Atlantic label. And it is the plum version, which is cool. But also, like, it's also got the stickered sleeve, which is cool, because these transitional sleeves are quite, well, not quite rare, but they're rarer than the normal ones. So I was pleased to get that, because that's something that I've wanted for a while. Carlos Santana and Buddy Miles live. Again, this was one that I didn't have, but I like Santana and Buddy Miles, so could be good. This, I have no idea what it's like. It could be a bit late for my liking, but it's Jefferson Starship, Dragonfly. It's not an album I know of, but I obviously know of Grace Slick and Paul Kantner, and Jefferson Starship, so could be good, could be bad, I have no idea. Jean-Michel Jarre's Equinox, pleased to have that. I don't have much of his stuff. This one I had no idea. This is Steely Dan, Royal Scam. No idea what that one's going to be like. Mike Goldfields Airborne. This is on Virgin, but it's a Virgin label I hadn't seen before. It's kind of white Virgin label. But I don't think it's a promo. I think it's maybe just a later label. This one I really picked as a trade, or VCLT. This is Styx with Cornerstone, but this was in lovely condition. Like I said, these were all £2 each, and then we got on to the three kind of best ones. Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks. This has the darker inner and is on the original CBS label. I have a later kind of sunburst CBS version of this, I think, but that'll be a nicer upgrade. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Four-Way Street, and this is again, this is on Atlantic, but orange and green. I don't think this was ever on Plum, but I could be wrong. Again, it's not an album I know, but it's Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, so I kind of know where it's going to be coming from. And finally, probably the best thing of the bunch, when you think they're only £2, was this, which is the first Neil Young album. It's not first press, because the original ones didn't have Neil Young written at the top, but this was in great condition, and I got it for £2 when it's easily worth probably 10 times that in this condition. So I'll give this a listen, because I seem to remember quite liking this Neil Young album, so I'll give it a spin and see what like. Yes, that was pretty much it. There was some singles in one of the shops, but there wasn't really anything that exciting. Oh, I think I got a single by The Move possibly, but the rest of it was all pretty junky. So yeah, so that's it. I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really buy anything when I was on holiday. Mainly because I was buying stuff for my bike. I'll show you. I've just yeah, I had to buy a helmet and cycling shorts and shoes, and because I've decided to take up cycling. But being the kind of crazy fool that I am, this is the bike that I've bought. If I can show you here. Here it is. It's a fixed gear former track bike, which is really quick. As you can see, there's no brakes there on the handlebars. Fixed rear wheel here. So it's not the best for getting up hills, and is a bit scary coming back down them again. But on the flat it is incredibly quick and great fun to cycle. So yes, there we go. So as always, love to hear your comments, and take care.